Wagwan, everybody. I am your Jamaican queen, Miss Y. You are tuned into How I See It TV, and this is a thought clip. Please remember to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet, and share the link if you feel like my content needs some crowd. All right? Now, Married to Medicine Season 10 Reunion Part 1 aired last night, and I have lots and lots of thoughts. But first, here's my disclaimer. I am very much Team Sweetie. I don't really see it for Quad. I think that she's dramatic. I think she is a liar, in my opinion. And I think she gives a very much auditioning for a role in a low budget movie, like at all times. I don't like Heavenly. I don't like Dr. Jackie. I should say I don't like who they show up as on reality TV. And I don't like how Heavenly is on YouTube either. Since Mariah left, my only option was to like Toya and Simone. And when I heard that Letitia was going to join the cast of Married to Medicine, I was one of those people who I was willing to give her a chance to see what she was about. And I'm glad that I did, because I feel like she's cool people. And I don't like a bully. I don't like people who have a bully mentality, and that's Heavenly. And the more Heavenly talked about Letitia on YouTube is the more I was out here in these YouTube streets and on Twitter defending Letitia. And that's a place you don't want to put, fans of a show in. There are too many people out here who, were either bullied in school or we've been bullied at work, and we can peep a bully from a mile away, and we don't like to see when anyone is being ganged up on. And when we watch reality TV, we're watching it for an escape. We're watching it so that we can formulate opinions about people's behavior. And if what we are seeing in relation to a cast member's behavior is that they are being horrible to somebody who doesn't deserve it, then naturally, if you're a good person watching this show, you're going to go up for the person you feel is being bullied. And in this case, that person, in my opinion, has been Letitia. Before season 10 episode 1 even aired, Heavenly was down to her YouTube just talking so badly about this young lady, and I didn't like it. So they made me Team Sweetie. Now, that's my disclaimer. And that's my disclaimer because part 1 had me defending Quad. And as I said, I don't like Quad. But some of the things that were done and said on the part 1 reunion stage, it was just, in my opinion, not a good look. And I'm glad that Sweetie didn't say much, because she has no dog in this fight. She should not have any opinions either way regarding Quad's issues or the issues these women have with Quad. And so I'm glad that she didn't say much, right? But let's start with my biggest issue with what I saw on the reunion. And here are my thoughts. 1, Andy didn't even try to put Jackie in the hot seat. There was no discussion about the comments that were made. He was more concerned about Jackie's feelings and how Jackie's handling everything as if Jackie was wronged. Jackie is a black woman OBGYN who sat on Heavenly's YouTube platform and told the world that black women cry wolf And they complain and they complain and they complain to get off work while they're pregnant. Those were Jackie's words. She was not joking. She said it with her chest. And so the clip resurfacing, I don't care who went down to Heavenly's YouTube, screen recorded that piece of the conversation and blasted it all over social media. I don't care who did it. The fact is, they wouldn't have been able to do it had Jackie not said the shit. And Andy didn't even put Jackie's feet to the fire, not even a little bit. And all those women sat there dabbing at their eyes. Jackie was there trying to force some eye water to fall. Fake tears. Trying to put on her best actress face to show us that she was just so devastated. And that all these women, they showed up for me. I was so disgusted. She didn't account for the fact that she said those words. And none of those women took the opportunity. And I love you, sweetie. Letitia, I like you on this show. But that moment when Andy said, Heavenly, it all goes back to your YouTube. Sweetie, that was a moment for you to say, yes, Heavenly's YouTube is trash. All she does is sit on her YouTube and talk trash about every single person on the cast excepting for Dr. Jackie. And the powers that be at Bravo, NBC Universal, the production, Purveyors of Pop, they need to put an end to Heavenly's YouTube. Because it's getting a lot of people caught up. And Heavenly is not facing any consequences for it. That was a perfect time, or would have been a perfect time to do that. But instead of Jackie being asked the difficult questions, instead of the doctors on the stage discussing, why Jackie's comments were just so problematic and why so many people were up in arms, they decided that they were going to make Quad the scapegoat. And I was like, once again, thank God Letitia isn't saying shit because she don't got a dog in this fight. But how dare Simone, how dare Heavenly, how dare Jackie try to make it seem like Quad just has this huge vendetta against Jackie that she would just go digging for this clip and would have figured out a way to blast it for the world to see that this is really how Jackie thinks and feels about Black pregnant women who want some time off work because they're pregnant. Make it make sense. What reason would Quad have had? What? Because y'all booted her off the trip? I mean, the person Quad has the most issues with on the show would definitely be Toya. So I don't understand. And then I don't think that it was all the women who were saying that. I honestly feel that Heavenly was the one who was pushing that narrative and feeding into that narrative that maybe it was Quad. And then Heavenly, and this is why I don't understand why Quad is down to Instagram Live, booed up again with Heavenly after all the shit that Heavenly has said about her. Heavenly told us that Quad is broke and needed the show, and that is why she went out of her way to get Sweetie and Dr. G on the show to help Quad's storyline. She told us that Quad is down to Africa trying to pick up men, basically escorting, trying to find a rich African to marry her. Heavenly also said she questions if Quad was even being honest when she talked about, the alleged abuse in her marriage to Dr. G. These are the things that Heavenly has been saying on her YouTube channel about Quad. She says Quad is selfish. She said after Quad is a user and Quad doesn't contact any of them after filming is done. These are all things that Heavenly has said on her YouTube channel about Quad. And Quad sat there on that reunion stage, and when the question was asked about why she didn't reach out to Jackie when the whole YouTube clip resurfacing happened, Heavenly didn't say, well, to be honest, Quad and I spoke and I told her not to call Jackie. She sat there and had Quad taking lashings that Quad didn't even deserve. And see, Quad, I'm going up for you now for this part 1, but I know that I'm going to be in your ass for part 2, because I see that you're trying to play like you weren't out here on these YouTube and Instagram streets talking badly about Letitia when she hadn't said anything to you. That girl hasn't done anything to you. She wasn't the reason why you and Dr. G's marriage ended. That man was way divorced from you when Letitia slid into his DMs. And whether she watched the show, was a fan of the show, saw that Dr. G was finally single and decided that she was going to shoot her shot, who cares? At the end of the day, even if she'd watched the show, she was woman enough to not have DM'd a married man. He was single, free, and divorced. And he decided that she was the one he wanted to make life with. So that shouldn't be a problem. So all the things that you've been down on Instagram and on YouTube, saying about Letitia, you said you were on an Instagram live with Heavenly and B. Scott mocking how this girl speaks. You're on an Instagram live with Phaedra and Heavenly, and y'all were talking about, her wedding, and that her wedding didn't look as amazing as yours, and that her dress didn't look as amazing as yours, and her body didn't look as good as yours did when you got married. You were clowning her for deciding that she was going to move into the same house that you lived in years ago. You are mocking how this girl speaks. Then you went to watch What Happens Live, and you come for her intellect. You said that she is not of the intellectual standard to be in the friend group. And then you came for her uterus again after you were already on a live with Jackie and Phaedra and Heavenly asking about this girl's fibroids and endometriosis. And for what? Why was that even your business to even ask? And you go down to watch what happens live, watch what happens live, and then you talk about once again her uterus, saying that, oh, she's gonna have a baby just to stay on the show. Like, why was that your place to even say? Sitting there next to Heavenly saying some mess like that, knowing that these women pretty much booted you off of the show. So God, I don't know. You are fighting so hard to keep your spot on Married to Medicine. And it's crazy to me because when they were trying to make you the scapegoat for the shit that Jackie said out of her mouth, you should have been tearing their asses up on that stage. Instead, you were groveling to Jackie. Like, who the hell is Jackie that you need to be bowing down to her and basically begging her to forgive you and begging her to understand that you would never have done anything like that to her? She knows that. And who cares if you had even done it? Jackie said it. You didn't put the words in her mouth. She said it. So it seems to me, Quad, that you need this show more than this show needs you. And that's a crazy place to be in. And then I know a lot of people are like, Simone shouldn't have brought up, the tragic death of Quad's grandniece. But I get where Simone was coming from, because Quad was going to sit there and act like after the Napa trip, Simone didn't reach out to her, when that was not the truth. Yes, Simone didn't have to go in all that detail to make her point, but the point was made. And I, for one, was moved by Quad's boo-hoo-hoo-hoo crying, because not a tear was falling. Her face wasn't wet. And as soon as Simone stopped talking, it was like, end scene. Andy, can I answer that? Yes, she was there for me. She made me feel loved and cherished and accepted and yada yada yada. Where are the tears? So I wasn't falling for that. As I said in the beginning of my video, Quad is a great actress. A low budget actress. But I feel like if Quad went to acting school, she would be great. She would be great out here. Like, I'm not even going to hate. I feel like if Quad went to acting school and really took it seriously, she would be one of the greats, because sis has a knack for acting, child. But for part one of this reunion, Quad was out here pretty much begging these women to forgive her so that she could keep these Bravo checks. Jackie faced no hard questions for the messed up shit that she said about Black pregnant women. Heavenly faced no hard questions for why she sits on her YouTube channel saying all the mess that she has been saying over the years. Face no consequences for that messy YouTube channel that got Jackie caught up. And all these women sat there and tried to make all these women, with the exception of Letitia, because as I said, she ain't got no dog in this fight, the core of the Married to Medicine cast, Simone, Toya, Heavenly. Dang, I keep forgetting that Phaedra is there. Oh well. Those 3 or 4 tried to make Quad the scapegoat for Jackie facing consequences for the mess that she said out of her own mouth. That's some BS, in my opinion. And that's how I see it. Thank y'all for listening. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment below so I know how you see things too. Until next time, as I always say, walk good. Bye.